Good evening. This is the regular Finance and Personnel Committee meeting for the Village of North Hudson on 5 May of 2020 at 6:30 p.m. Roll call, please.
Trustees Nelson.
Here.
Pike.
Here.
President Wecken.
Here.
Trustee Zeiss.
Here.
Thank you. Item 2 is minutes and regular Finance Personnel Committee meetings from 31 March.
Stan, I move to approve the minutes from March 31st, 2020.
Thanks, Kurt. Was there a second?
Yeah, I'll second.
Thanks, Jim. Any discussions, corrections, or amendments? Another wonderful job by Jessica. All in favor of the minutes as presented, signify by saying aye.
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 Opposed? Thank you. Item 3 is claims, review, and recommendations.
Stan, can I move to approve the May 2020 non-recurring claims of $45,227.72?
Thanks, Kirk. Was there a second?
Second.
Thanks, Brian. Is any questions or comments on the claims? Nothing out of the unusual I didn't see.
No.
Hearing none. All in favor? Oh, no. It's spending. Roll call. Kirk.
Yes.
Jim.
Yes.
Brian.
Yes.
And I'll say yes. Thank you. Item 4, seal coating, discussion and possible recommendations. Is there a motion?
Just so everybody knows, all these are budgeted items that we're going to pass through. Stan, I recommend to have St. Croix County seal coat village streets with cost not to exceed $55,000. Funding to be taken from contracted street maintenance account, seal coating, and remainder to come from crack filling account. With approval from village board to move $20,000 from crack filling account to seal coating account.
Thank you, Brian. Is there a second?
Second.
Thank you, Kurt. Further discussion? Brian, background or anything like that, or?
It's the background's all in the document.
Okay. Everybody's, and any further discussion? Hearing none. Let's start with Brian this time.
Yes.
Jim?
Yes.
Yes. Kirk?
Yeah.
Thank you. Item 5, spray patching, discussion, possible recommendations.
Stan, I'd move to recommend purchase of Graco 3900 from Sherwin-Williams with cost not to exceed $8,000. Funding will be taken from Public Works capital equipment account. This is a line painter, folks.
Is there a second?
Second.
Thank you. Further discussion? Questions or comments? Hearing none. Kirk?
Yes.
Jim?
Yes. Yes.
Yes. Thank you.
Yes.
Item 6, purchase of line painting equipment, discussion, possible recommendations.
Didn't I just cover that one?
Yeah, I think you jumped a little
Well, we
bit.
had spray patching.
The last
seal
one was
coating,
the
then spray
line.
patching.
Am I missing one?
I
Okay,
think the last one jumped to the spray pat or the line painter instead of the spray patching.
Correct. So you need to do spray patching.
So I'm missing one. All right, hang on. Do we have one in here for?
I see
Spray
all up
patching.
there. Yep.
Yeah, I missed one. Okay, so ready for the spray patching?
Okay.
Stan,
That's where I was. Yes, that's fine
Can
with me.
can I recommend to have St. Croix County spray patch village streets, cost not to exceed $20,000, funding to be taken from the contracted street maintenance hot patch / spray patch account.
That's easy for you to say. Is there a second?
A second.
Thank you, Kurt. Further discussion?
Did we use these guys last year?
We did use them last year and the year before.
And they're usually, they've been considerably cheaper than other bids too, hasn't it, Patrick?
Yes.
Okay.
Because what happens is they estimate. When they estimate pretty high from what I've found. It generally even comes in quite a bit cheaper than what you're seeing here.
Okay.
And I know I had mentioned in the Public Works meeting that the 45 or whatever it was, $4,500 a day that they charge. I have yet to see a $4,500 bill for one day.
Sounds good. Any other discussion? Hearing none. Let's see, Brian,
Yes.
Tim,
Yes.
Kirk,
Yes.
and I'll say yes. Unanimous to that. And now we can go, we did line 6, so we'll go to purchase of valve turning equipment. Discussion, possible recommendation.
Stan, I recommend a purchase of hydrant buddy from Ferguson Waterworks, cost not to exceed 5,000, funding to come from water repair and maintenance account.
Thank you, Brian. Is there a second?
Second.
Thanks, Kirk. Discussion? Oh, you guys are quiet tonight. All right, that's the spending. So, Kirk,
Yes.
Tim,
Yes. Yes.
Brian,
Yes.
and yes. Unanimous. And number 8, purchase of lawnmower. Discussion, possible recommendations.
Stan would move to recommend purchase of a John Deere Z960 and attachments from Frontier Ag, cost not to exceed 15,000, funds to come from Public Works capital equipment account.
Thank you, Brian. Is there a second?
Second.
Thank you, Kirk. Is
this
there discussion?
Any replacement here or just basically addition to the current inventory we have?
What I had planned on doing is this will be a replacement. I don't know that I'll get rid of the grasshopper right away because we are going to be hiring some summer part-time help. So we'll see how it goes. But by the end of the summer, I will probably get rid of it, or the middle of the summer. And then this will replace the grasshopper that we have.
Thank you.
Any further discussion? Hearing none. Brian,
Yes.
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 and yes. And let's see. Oh, now you can sale of Public Works vehicles. We're not spending this time.
Yeah, so we're recommending permission to place pickup/plow and miscellaneous items on Wisconsin Surplus Action website. The F-350 pickup, plow, and toolboxes had ache rack sale. I'm not following the sentence here, Patrick.
I'm sorry, it's a headache. It's a headache rack. I apologize. That was a mess up on my.
Rack. Anyway, sales proceeds to go to capital vehicle replacement account. We have 2 furnaces, sales and proceeds to go to the general government assigned account. And we have these 55-gallon barrels, sale proceeds to either general government assigned account or Public Works garage capital improvement assigned account.
That's the motion?
Yeah. Do you want me to say it again? You've got it, right?
I thought,
Yes.
I thought
We
you
got
did an excellent job.
No, we got it.
It's Jess. Does Jess got it? Okay.
Well, and it's in the packet too, so I mean we know where it's going and stuff. So
And
you
I'll
guys need to-
second. I'll second
Thanks,
that.
Tim. And
Discussion.
yeah, it's just a replacement, and we've done pretty well on that before, I believe, with that website, have we not, Patrick?
Yes, we did. That was Melissa found that, so I got to give her all the credit for that one. But as far as those barrels, you guys, I think you need to decide. Am I right, Melissa? Which account it goes into, either the Public Works garage or the capital improvements assigned account?
It can go into either one. I just wasn't sure how you guys wanted to go for that.
Where did the barrels all come from?
And how many we have?
They came, they're salt.
We acquired them, and we've probably got 600 of them.
What?
They're nice little plastic 55
Yeah.
gallon drums, dude.
I know
We
what they
should be
are,
able to
yeah.
get some, and they were donated to us. So we thought once we dumped the salt out of them, we thought we should do something else with them, like sell them.
Well, I mean, they'd make great rain barrels, I'm guessing.
They
Yes,
would.
will.
You know, so yeah, no, that's a great idea. Any other discussion?
I'm fine to keep that in Public Works if that's okay.
Yeah, you guys
Yeah.
just let me know which.
I'd keep it in public. Of course, I'm
Yeah.
biased, but I think the Public Works garage capital improvement seems okay with me.
And then the village themselves have enough of those gallons. I mean, those barrels to use where they want to use them for, Patrick.
Oh, yeah.
We got new
60 of
garbage can. We got new garbage cans everywhere. 600 of them.
600 of them. Wow.
So, well, and the proceeds could be used for that fence they're being talked about when
Correct.
they take over the property too.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's a great idea.
Yeah,
And
that's
so-
what Patrick and I talked about. So when
Yeah.
it goes to forward to board, if you go for the Public Works Garage Capital Improvements Fund, when it goes to village board, just specify that account.
Finance recommends, Public Works garage, yeah.
And so, Melissa, if we ever put a fence up around the rest of the Zappa property, that would be where these funds would come from anyway?
Yes.
Oh, then yeah, let's just put it there.
Works for me. Okay, all in favor of the motion and to sell off this our excess property and the funds going into certain accounts, so signify by saying aye.
Aye.
Opposed? Thank you very much. And we are adjourned from the Finance and Personnel Committee meeting at 6:42 on Tuesday, 5 May 2020 at 7 p.m. I have a short invocation. Lord, there are so many times when we have burdens almost too heavy to bear. Our nation faces hardships and pain. We need your wisdom and help in all areas. Please strengthen us as a people and lead us in the way that will bring honor and glory to you. Lord, you have promised that if we humble ourselves, seek your face, and pray, you will heal our land. May we be forever humble in your sight. Roll call.
Trustees Head,
Here.
Leaf, Matts,
Here.
Nelson,
Here.
Pike,
Here.
President Wecken,
Here.
Trustee Zeiss.
In here.
Thank you. Item 2 is review and approve the minutes from the regular board meeting of 31 March and the reorg meeting of 21 April.
So moved. Move to approve.
Thank you. Is there a second?
Second.
Thank you, Lori. Any comments? Hearing none. All in favor of the minutes as presented, signify by saying aye.
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 Opposed? Thank you. Item 3 is comments from the floor. Do we have any comments? Melissa, come in.
No, we did not.
Thank you. Item 5, consideration of reducing alcohol beverage licensing fees in response to the COVID-19 pandemic. Discussion and possible approval. Background on this is that because of the restaurants and stuff being forced to close, there's a lot of them that are in real serious trouble right now. And I saw from the League of Municipalities that you could reduce fees, but not below what the minimums are. Everybody should have saw in their packet the fees that we charge. I believe that if somebody would make a motion, I guess we could discuss this a little further. I just wanted to give you background why it's here.
Stan, I moved to waive the late fees for alcohol beverage renewal applications. Step communities might consider taking to provide partial relief to restaurants, bars hurt by the COVID-19 pandemic is to waive any late fees the municipality opposes when applications file their alcohol beverage renewal applications after the deadline for submittal.
I
That
second.
was. What's that? Second,
Are we-
Lori, second?
Mhm.
Okay, now that motion was just to
Right.
waive fees or the late fees?
Yep, and now we need probably to determine what we would be charging. So the motion would then, I'm looking at your proposal here on the line here, so.
And we currently
So-
don't charge any late fees, just so you're aware.
Are we in discussion mode?
I
Yeah,
think
we've
for
had
most-
a,
We're second,
we've had
we're
a-
second, yeah.
second, yeah.
Mhm.
I think
Okay,
the
so
idea,
Yeah,
the idea was to do the annual fee, not the late fee.
Yeah,
right,
the
so we can
motion's off a little
basically,
bit.
so we can basically state the motion is passed by no late fees, so I apologize for that. So we could just say, we can vote for the no late fees, I guess, at this point. And then we have re-motion for reducing fees. I apologize, I jumped ahead at the bottom there.
Yep, no, that's no problem. All right, all in favor of reducing the late fees that we don't have, signify by saying aye.
Aye.
Aye, thank you.
Can't you like
Opposed?
just withdraw?
Hey, you
That
never
was
know.
funny.
There could be fees coming someday, you know? But,
Right.
all right, so now a motion for if we're gonna reduce license fees.
So moved.
Yeah, I know, I'm looking at the pencil
Well, no,
writings on
we-
there, and just trying to
we need-
determine.
You need to pick a number.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying there, Brian.
Oh, you need to
All
pick a
right.
number before we have a motion, or how can we discuss that?
Yeah, I move that we reduce the fees by 3 months. 3 or 4.
Well,
On every one of them, yeah.
is there a second?
I second.
Thank you, Laurie. Discussion.
Trying to
Brian,
understand, I'm trying to understand it 3 months. I mean,
Well, we closed down on March, what was the date?
17th.
March 17. And so we're April 17, May 17, the possibility of, them not seeing relief till June 17 exists. So I'm saying, let's take 3 months off.
But the one thing I have concern about is that only the bars and restaurants were affected. The Class A beer and the Class A liquor, they were open the whole time.
yeah.
So I don't see
that's-
where we should
yeah,
reduce for those.
That's true.
yeah.
So should we change it to,
Well, I think there's a recommendation in there for $50 each is what it has listed in that.
no,
That
50 is the
$50
minimum.
is just showing the minimum.
Minimum.
Yeah, you
Okay.
have to stay within the maximum and minimum somewhere in there.
Okay.
Can we,
Yeah,
can
we're
we,
at the max. So if you divide it down by 3 months, it's like $42 a month or whatever that it would be reduced by. And I would suggest we round that up a little bit to make it either a 5 or a 0.
45, but can we limit this? If we do this, and Paul, this is probably a question for you. Can we say just to bars and restaurants without including the liquor store and the
Class
grocery
B.
stores?
Class L.
Yeah, you can do it by class is what you're going to do it by.
Okay,
And,
so
if you have, there's some argument that says, you should treat all the businesses with liquor license the same, and if you can come up with a rational basis for not doing that and treating the types of licenses differently, you have that right as a board. That's your decision and that's your discretion, whether you want to just do it across the board or pick and choose.
I feel like no matter what, the businesses have been affected by it, so I don't know why we would single out a couple of them.
because some didn't close and some did.
Sure, but there's even being open, they're still being affected by this.
True. I know I am. At least my back is.
See? Well, I mean, absolutely, they're being affected by it.
If
I
we're
like
gonna
that
open
thinking.
this door, is there other licenses and fees that we should be considering to help all the businesses out besides just liquor?
Well, we have, there's Oh, there's the tobacco license over the counter, and there's coin operated amusement license too, but that's that we've passed last year, but I don't
The amusement license is only $25 and not every establishment has that. And the tobacco license is $100 and not every establishment has that either. Those are the other two.
Well, Melissa, this motion is going to go into effect July 1st of 2020. Is that
Well,
right?
it would affect the 2020 renewal cycle, yes, which they renew on July 1st. Yes.
Okay, so we're not talking about anything up to this point, but obviously we know what the type of revenue they could not bring in at this point. So yes, I understand.
Right. And that's something you need to consider, that the village, that's revenue for the village as well. That's just the other side of it. You got to think as well. So.
Right. I see the motion on the table there, Brian, 3 months, but I just think we should try to come to a minimum or just an amount.
Well, what is 3 months? It's different for each of these classes, right?
Right.
You'd be reducing them by 25% each from what you currently have.
Right.
So
it's a full year.
So you're saying the Class A beer license is $50 now, and we're reducing it by 25% of the 50. So, hi, Kathy just joined us, by the way.
Hi, Kathy.
So somebody do the math.
So it's like
got the-
$4.16 a month.
Yeah, Brian, it's
something. So that's $12 for the Class A. From the 100, that's 75, right?
25.
Yeah, 25 off.
Yeah. Why don't we just move them all to the minimum?
that's what I was going to.
Like, why are we doing just this little 20? Why don't we move each one of these for a one-time thing to the minimum to help these places that are not open?
And that's where I was going to kind of go with that.
Well, that is revenue that we'll have to adjust for at the budget at the end of the year. But I'm not opposed to it. I mean, that's why I brought it up, is to see what the board would like. I says I've been supporting every business I can every week and stuff that and I know they're all hurting, and Kirk knows as much as anybody what the effect has been. So yeah, I'm whatever you guys want to put for numbers.
And anything we could do to help these guys will be good. I mean, I know we're losing a little revenue, but there's other places we could find it to show our local businesses that we have their back.
I'm willing to revise my original to the minimum for each class.
And I think if you totaled up the total amount of revenue we might be missing here, I don't think it's a huge impact. This is an annual type renewal, right?
Yeah, well, it's usually $600 we're getting from bars and restaurants, and it would be $50.
So some of these don't have minimum, so you'll have to pick a number for those.
All right, and the minimums are up above.
Class B beer
has no minimum.
Yeah, Class A and Class B beer have no minimums.
We can make them 25 then, probably, and the other one's 50.
I'm okay with that.
Staying with Class C wine is no minimum, so that could be 25.
We don't have Class C wine licenses out, I don't believe.
No.
Okay, thank you. Just reading the document. All right, you want to redo your motion? You want to vote down his motion that he had? And
do we attack them one by one, Paul, or just?
You can list it all in one motion.
All right. So what do we do with the motion I already had up there? Can we just say that one?
We should just vote it down. Do we have to?
Yeah, vote it
You can
down.
either,
All in favor of the motion signify by saying aye. All opposed signify same sign. Aye.
Aye.
The motion fails. Now, new motion.
All right. So Stan, I move to change the Class A beer fee to the minimum of that one. Does that one have a minimum?
Yep.
No.
Well, it would stay at $50.
Let's say, and we said 25.
Yes.
They haven't been affected.
The class.
To $25. Class B to $25. Class A to 50, Class B to 50. Reserve Class B to 50.
I think you got it. I'll second that. Jess, can you read the motion over again?
Oh, you didn't get it? You want me to do it again?
I got the first part.
Okay, so we set, so
I got
is it
the
on?
class A and B to the minimum of 25.
Okay, and then Class A liquor to 50. Class B liquor to 50. Melissa, do we have a reserve Class B?
We have 2 reserve licenses, but they're treated the same as the other Class B.
Okay.
They're not
Okay.
separated by class.
All right, thanks. So that's it, Jess. Now, can you read that back to us again?
Motion to move the class A and B beer fee to the minimum of $25 and to move the class A and B liquor license fee to $50.
Second by Tim. I'm glad, Brian, I got that late fees out of the way. That was more important than I think this.
Okay,
wait.
so is there any further discussion?
Stan, I'll abstain from this vote.
Thank you, Kurt. I will also. Okay, let's go roll call. Brian,
Abstain.
Lori,
Yes.
Phil.
Yes.
Let's see. Who am I missing here? Kathy.
Yes. Sorry, I'm late.
Oh, that's just fine. Tim.
Yes.
Okay, motion passes to reduce the license fees per the recommendation. Next, resolution 2020-04 authorizing participation in the DNR municipal grant program. Approval requested. Is there a motion?
So moved.
Stan, yeah,
You
so
want-
moved. I don't know how else to put this one.
Agree on that
besides-
one. I'll second it.
Okay, so
Okay.
Kathy, you want to?
Well, I'm late breaking because we talked about this at our county board meeting, but essentially the grant that was written a year ago, so
Mhm.
it was before my time, but obviously the grant that we approved participating in, they needed to revise the language according to the DNR. So we all have to go back and revise the resolution to reflect this new language.
Mhm.
That's what I can tell you. It passed at our board meeting just a few minutes ago.
Yeah, and the town of
Okay.
Hudson and the city of Hudson have already approved it. It's just some wording that the DNR wanted revised.
I think there was some real specific, like at least our county board had a real specific dollar figure in there and they didn't want that in there.
Right.
But it's still the same percentages by municipality, and the county still has the most.
Okay, so
So no matter what, the village of North Hudson is going to face 20% of whatever that cost is.
Yes.
Okay.
Yeah, I think last year we actually determined what that dollar amount would be. And I think we
Yeah, and
approved that. Yeah.
I don't see any backup I don't know if Kip sent any backup with this when he
It should have sent what you guys approved the resolution last year in June of
Correct.
2019,
Yeah.
and that had more dollar figures.
Yeah,
Before
and I don't think any of that has
grant-
changed. It's the
Yeah.
same as cost estimate that was done by the company that did it. So
Yeah.
I asked that question just a little bit ago at our
Yeah,
meeting.
before the grant, the village's share would have been $20,000, but if we get the grant, it'll reduce down to about 12,
Yeah.
the village share.
Okay. Any further discussion? All in favor of the resolution, signify by saying aye.
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 Opposed? Thank you. Okay, number 6 is new business from the board or staff. First is president's comments. First thing I'd like to do is May 3rd through 9th is the Municipal Clerks Recognition Week in Wisconsin, and I'd like to thank Melissa and Jessica for the great jobs they do for clerking for the village, and that they do such a great job. Another thing in May is it's Older Americans Month. So if you get a chance to talk to an older American or get to see an older American, thank them for being an older American. And I would like to say Happy Mother's Day to everyone coming up on this weekend. I surely wish that our restaurants could be open to benefit from Mother's Day, which is usually huge, but unfortunately they cannot. And Kirk, are you running any specials over at the village or at the Cozy you can plug?
I could probably make you a pizza in a heart shape.
Thanks. And the last thing I have is I hope everyone has a safe and blessed Memorial Day. I don't know what they're going to do for recognition at the cemeteries this year, but keep watch the local news, and I'm sure they'll have something that so we can recognize our deceased veterans. Melissa.
Just a reminder that the special election is next Tuesday, May 12th. And we have 2 days left for in-person absentee voting this Thursday and Friday from 3 to 5 p.m. And then just we'll have the same safety precautions in place for those that choose to wait to vote on election day. Everybody will be expected to sanitize their hands and things like that. So same safety precautions in place.
You guys did a really good job last time. I just
Thank
want
you.
to say that.
Thank you. We've had a large turnout for absentee. We're still encouraging voting by absentee for this election. We've had about 640 absentee ballots being sent out. So I'm not expecting too many to show up in person, but I'm not sure. But this Thursday is the last day to request an absentee ballot by mail, but you still can come in Thursday and Friday from 3 to 5.
Okay, thank you. Plan Commission, I don't believe met. How about Personnel and Finance Committee? We just met, and we have a claims approval requested.
Stan, can I move to approve the May 2020 non-recurring claims of $45,227.72?
Thank you, Kirk. Is there a second?
Second.
Thank you. Any discussion or questions? Hearing none. Spending. So let's go. Kathy?
Yes.
Lori?
Yes.
Phil? Yeah.
He said, yeah.
I seen his mouth move.
Yes. Brian?
Yes.
Kirk?
Yep.
Yes. And Tim?
Yes.
Thank you. Okay, number 9. Here we go. Public Works Committee recommendations. Brian, the show is yours.
Stan, the Public Works Committee did meet, and we have several things to bring forward because we didn't meet in March. All these are budgeted items, so you all know. And our first one is I recommend to have St. Croix County seal coat the village streets with cost not to exceed $55,000. Funding to be taken from contracted street maintenance account. Seal coating and remainder to come from crack filling account with approval from village board to move $20,000 from the crack filling account to seal coating account.
Thank you, Brian. Is there a second?
Second.
Thank you. Discussion?
That, we're not using that crack filling account anymore. Is that true, Patrick?
Yeah, that's correct.
So
I haven't used it for 4 years.
So Melissa, maybe in next budget cycle, we could just make sure that we have the money in the right account so we don't have to keep moving it each time. I don't know how to do that.
Yeah, we'll do it. Her and I had talked about it before. We just kind of left it there. It was kind of a precautionary thing. So we'll switch it this year or this coming year.
Okay.
All righty. No other discussion. Let's see. That's a spending. So Tim,
Yes.
Kurt,
Yes.
Brian,
Yes.
yes. Bill,
Yes.
Lori,
Yes.
and Kathy.
Yes.
Thank you all. Item B.
Stannis.
That was seal coating. Now we got spray patching, Brian.
All right. We recommend to have St. Croix County spray patch the village streets, cost not to exceed 20,000. Funding to be taken from contracted street maintenance, hot patch, spray patch account.
Thank you. Is there a second?
A second.
Thank you both. Is there discussion? Hearing none. Let's see. Kathy,
Yes.
Lori,
Yes.
Bill.
Yes.
I say yes. Brian,
Yes.
Kirk,
Yep.
and Tim.
Yes.
Thank you. Let's see. That brings us to line painting equipment. Approval requested.
Stan, we recommend the purchase of a Graco 3900 from Sherwin-Williams with cost not to exceed 8,000. Funding will be taken from Public Works capital equipment account.
Thank you, Brian. Is there a second?
Second.
Thank you. Discussion? I think everybody saw in the packet that we bought a used machine from Hudson that's way old and it's not producing like it has before. So let's see. Tim,
Yes.
Kirk,
Yes.
Brian,
Yes.
yes. Bill,
Yes.
Lori,
Yes.
and Kathy.
Yes.
Thank you very much. Okay, next E is purchase of valve turning equipment. Approval requested.
Stan, we recommend the purchase of a hydrant buddy from Ferguson Waterworks, cost not to exceed 5,000. Funding to come from water repair and maintenance account.
Thank you, Brian. Is there a second?
Yes.
Thank
A
you,
second.
Lori. Okay, and discussion. I gotta believe this is a huge ergonomic thing, huh, Patrick?
Yes, it definitely is. And I also spoke with another municipality that we all know over on the other side of the river, and they just got one and they said they really like it. It's reduces fatigue. It's nice and light.
That sounds good.
Yeah.
Okay, any other discussion for anyone? Okay, hearing none. Kathy,
Yes.
Lori,
Yes.
Bill,
Yes.
I say yes. Brian,
Yes.
Kurt,
Yep.
and Tim.
Yes.
All right, one more, Brian. Purchase
Stan,
a lawnmower.
Stan, we recommend the purchase of John Deere Z960 and attachments from Frontier Ag, cost not to exceed 15,000. Funds to come from Public Works capital equipment account.
Thank you, Brian. Is there a second?
Second.
Thank you. Is there any further discussion? Hearing none, I think it's Tim's turn.
Yes.
Kirk,
Yes.
Brian,
Yes.
yes. Bill,
Yes.
Lori,
Yes.
Kathy.
Yes.
Okay, and finally for Public Works, item G, sale of Public Works vehicle and miscellaneous equipment approval requested.
All right, Stan, we recommend permission to place the pickup/plow and miscellaneous items on the Wisconsin Surplus Action website. These include the F-350 pickup plow and toolboxes, the headache rack for the pickup, and the sale proceeds going to capital vehicle replacement account. And the second thing is the furnaces. We have 2 furnaces, and sale proceeds for that would go to the general government / assigned account. And the third item was 55-gallon barrels. Sale proceeds go to Public Works Garage and Capital Improvements assigned account.
Thank you, Brian. Is there a second?
I second.
Thank you, Lori. Discussion? Okay, hearing none. And that's just a sale thing, so it's not a roll call. So all in favor, signify by saying aye.
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 Opposed? Motion carries. Okay, public safety, Tim.
Stan, we did not meet, but I would like the chief to update our current hire officer. So chief, it's all yours.
Thanks, Tim. On our Facebook page today, I did post about a month late, but that we have a new officer that's been certified for solo patrol. Craig Lau has been on his own since the end of March. And we currently have an officer that is in our field training program in step 4. And so you'll see the field training officers in plain clothes, our shadow phase expected to be done with that phase May 16th. And so you'll be seeing her out on her own at that point once she certifies for solo patrol. So we will be full staffed, knock on wood, for the first time in several years in the middle of May.
Yeah, that chokes me up also, Stan. I appreciate that, chief. Thank you.
Sorry about that. Yeah, that full staffed, I think, all across the board for the first time. I mean, all departments. So that's got to be good for everybody. Okay. With that update, let's go to Public Welfare Committee. Kirk.
We did not meet.
How about the Park Board?
No, we also did not meet.
Okay. Well, then, let's see. Next item is the board may convene into closed session pursuant to statute 19.85, parent 1, parent lowercase e, to deliberate or negotiate purchase of public properties, the investing of public funds, or conducting other specified public business, whenever competitive or bargaining reasons require a closed session. With respect to Water and Sewer Ad Hoc Committee updates. Is there a motion to go into closed session?
I move to go into closed session.
Thank you, Kathy. Is there a second?
Second.
Thank you, Brian. All in favor, signify by saying aye.
Aye.
Opposed? We are now in closed session. We're back in open session. And there's no actionable items from the closed session. It's just for information only. And I would now like to declare the North Hudson Board Committee in adjournment at 7:50.
Thank you.
Have a great night, everyone. And a blessed Mother's Day to the mothers.